Welcome back to the weekend show from beautiful Red Ledges. We are to the point in the program where, as they say, the rubber meets the road when you're going to get out on this golf course. You need some tools at your disposal. John Popor is the Director of Golf Instruction, and of course, he'll help you get it to the right place at the top, but also another important topic on such a challenging track is course management. We're going to talk about a shot that you alluded to earlier, a lot of uneven surfaces on this golf course.
Yeah, and in this area in general, lots of hills, lots of mountains, so you have to learn how to hit the ball first off a level eye on the range. With a good golf instructor, we can do that, get your swing going, but then what happens when you're in the fairway and you got, oh my gosh, now the ball's above my feet, what do I do? Right. It's really kind of simple in that you're really going to keep the same swing ideas that you have on a level eye in place, but then you've got to change your adjustment, you've got to change your setup to adjust for the ball above your feet or ball below your feet or the uphill lie or the downhill lie. So if I can, I've got right here, I'll show you. This is the, right here, a ball above my feet quite significantly. I'm going to keep the same swing ideas that I have. And right now it's basically in my swing. I'm going to keep it smooth, try to get the club from the inside, make a good full finish. So I'm going to keep those ideas in place when I get over and hit this golf ball. But now the ball is above my feet. I'm just going to make a slight change, a slight adjustment in my setup. And that's going to be for the ball above your feet. In essence, this ball's closer to you. So what we do is we choke down on it so that we ultimately make the golf club shorter. The ball's closer to you, we need a shorter club in essence to be able to hit this ball. And how much, you know, that's going to change. I always take a few practice swings, make sure that my students take the right amount. If I don't take enough off the club, I'm going to hit a lot of turf, I'm going to dig too much into it. If I end up choking up too much, I'm going to be right above this ball. So you make practice swings to feel what that is, to have enough of that club choked up so you're like, okay, yeah, that's a good amount. And then now you're just going to take your normal swing thoughts, maybe stand a little bit taller to it with your spine angle more straight up and down, and then go ahead and rip it. This ball, being above your feet, should have a tendency to fall a little bit to the left. Conversely, now if I go over here, the ball below your feet, now I've got a tricky situation to where I can't make the golf club any longer. I'm going to choke it, I'm going to hold it normal right at the edge of the club, but I can't make it longer. But yet this ball is above or below my feet. So how do I make that adjustment now? That is going to change with an additional amount of spine angle, spine tilt. A lot of people will want to get down in here and sit down with their knees and get their butt real low. Well, what works with that is now you're going to have a flat swing, and what we need to have when the ball is below your feet is a more upright swing to match the slope of the surface. So a little bit more spine angle now is going to allow us to swing more upright and match the slope of the terrain. And again, the ball below your feet should have a little bit of a tail to the right. So I'll go back to that. So like I said, your swing thoughts are going to be about the same. You're just going to change your setup ever so slightly. And then all the other swing thoughts you have, you're going to go after them. So I'll hit this one here. We're going to go ball above my feet. So what I said was I'm going to choke up just a little bit, maybe stand a little bit taller with my spine angle, make a couple practice swings to feel how much I need to choke up. That looks pretty good right there. Now set in just like I normally would. Keep an eye on that target, that's very important. Maybe taking a little bit more of a right swing path or alignment so that this ball can fall to the left, and then get up over it and go. And you see that ball's falling just ever so slightly to the left there.
Yeah, turn just a little bit left. John, I got a question for you on that, because I noticed, and I've always kind of felt like, especially with that ball above your feet, that I'm really trying to keep my lower body a little quieter. Is that something that you would recommend? I feel like there's maybe a little similarity to a bunker shot or something like that, where you want to get your club on the right swing plane, but you don't want to be as active with the lower body. Is that, what would you say to that?
That's not a bad thought. Uneven lies, you got to have good footwork. You can't be falling all over the place, especially with that one that was so severe, ball above my feet. I've got to be more planted. If I'm really active with that lower body, I might not have as good a footwork. So yeah, that's an excellent thought with the ball above your feet or the ball below your feet as well.
One other thought, and that goes to this course management aspect of not only a lot of times are you on an uneven place for your stance and where the ball is, but you may very well be hitting to a side hill destination or target or uphill to a green. Talk about what kind of things you would talk to a student about club selection in that kind of case.
Excellent question. And you know, you just have to kind of sometimes take your medicine. Depends on how severe that slope is. If I say this all the time, if I'm on a severe downhill slope, the ball's going to come out low. It's the way it's going to be. So if I'm on a downhill slope hitting to an uphill green, 3-wood's probably not the play because it's not going to get up in the air. So sometimes I'm just going to have to take my medicine, and if it's normally a 6-iron, I might just have to take an 8-iron on that situation, know it's coming out low, and maybe just my best scenario, getting it in front of the green. Not trying to be a hero, just trying to get it around, get yourself out of this situation and back into a situation that you're comfortable with. And same thing, uphill, it's gonna come out higher, so you might have to take a little bit more club. A real severe situation like this, if you need a 3-wood, because you're 200 yards out, but you're in an uphill or the ball above your feet situation and a bad lie, don't try to rip 3-wood. Get an 8-iron, get it back in the fairway, and continue on. So club selection's a big part of it.
Well, and it occurs to me as somebody whose golf game is on a lot of medications that your reality check of sometimes you just got to take your medicine, and it's not about hitting a shot out of trouble the same as if you were in the middle of the fairway. You have to accept that the best way to make a chance at par or make a bogey oftentimes is to throttle back what your instinct is in terms of the club you choose, that sort of thing.
Yeah, in this situation, you hit a bad drive more likely because it's in the rough on an uphill or a bad uneven lie. So take your medicine, don't turn a bad situation worse. Don't make a bogey, as you said, instead of trying to be a hero and make a triple or a quad.
Right.
You know, just take your medicine, make that bogey, move on, and again, salvage that hole at least.
And a great, easy thing that people can change and improve about their golf game, the fact that a lot of times you just have to change your mindset a little bit and be mindful that, especially on a challenging golf course, you gotta make some choices, and hero isn't exactly the word that applies in a lot of those instances.
You got to think, working for Jack again, you know, he was a very much a thinker around the golf course. He managed his game. He thought about each and every shot, and that's how he designed his golf course, and that's how he designed this course. You have to think. Yeah, you can't let up out here. You have to think your way around, and that's the whole design from Jack Nicklaus.
Very good stuff, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Good to see you, man. John Papor is the Director of Golf for the RedLedges community, as well as the Director of Golf Instruction for the Jim McLean Golf School here at RedLedges. We'll be right back.